Hey, how's it going? Today is 5th of March, Tuesday, and we are taking a look at the market, what kind of opportunities are available. And I don't know, should I continue with libraries? There might be, or perhaps there should be a lot of opportunities there. But before we do that, perhaps we can take a look at this, something I haven't done it yet. I was taking a look at Sports England. I will have delved into accounts as well as BBC. I have taken a look at that for the National Broadcasting Agency accounts. Both was very bad, by the way. Sports England had two companies accounts mixed in one, and some information was, if you would ask me, right, well, perhaps the people who know way more than I am that would be able to explain to me why some of those companies would add 150 million into accounts of other companies. Either way. And BBC had number one trusted or something, right? The only reason why I was taking a look at because there was a backlash from general public that is not trusted or misleading. So accounts of both of these organizations was very bad, by the way. But either way, let's take a look at libraries and see what we can find. Like I haven't taken a look at. I have 2 years, right? So I have 2021 to period to 22, as well as I have 22 to 23. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't mind. I don't mind that much. I have seen that they begin investing a lot of buildings from when libraries became profitable. So let's take a look at the account, right? Quickly, right? So after the British Library annual reports. Before going into this, right, I'm reviewing some of these documents, right? Usually, the information that I would be looking for it would be investment, right? Would be taking a look at something that I have already defined, right? Since libraries are very good investment, or can be, right, depending on how those libraries have been run and who is a management company of these libraries, right? I'll be taking a look at that later on today. I have reviewed some of these articles and documents, but either way, before we do that, that will be for every pound invested into libraries, we should be taking a look at that 6.63 pounds in return. And I don't think that's it could be run or done things even better than that. I would say it could be even double. But at least it has six-fold returns for every investment, over six-fold, right? So I thought that's the numbers. So I already find what I was looking for. But either way, I'm gonna be taking a look at more in depth, I guess, on some of the programs and how many women. By the way, I was depending on the council and the interest. I think it was about 80% of women who have begin business just because of the libraries and everything. Some of these articles I always take a look at. But before we do that, let's let's see what else we can find with accounting, right? And annual account. Yesterday, I was taking a look at different organizations. One of which, or there might be a number of organizations, right? It's something I could cover later on in today's studios, right? That would be some of the infrastructure improvements that libraries are taking as of now. That would be digital presence, right? And our cybersecurity is something that they're struggling as of now, right? But overall, it's something that they're looking to make more investments, right? And they are covering some of those investments being made into. We launched in the new beta website library on right in March 2023. We opened 1.1 million grant programs. So that's what I was looking at yesterday, and that led me to taking a look at accounts and everything what's happening, as well as it might be very location based and all these kind of things, right? And libraries potentially being partially subsidized perhaps by local government, right? Well, I would like to understand how it works. Libraries are not profitable themselves. They are charities and they're offering a lot of, they're operating as non-profit system. Now looking to understand, right? That would be in when publishing accounts, right? They will be taking a look at and or introducing to a library strategy, so to say. I would expect just numbers, but either way, what they're looking to achieve, that would be 6 points. Okay. Custodianship, right? We build, create, and present UK's national collections of published written and digital content, right? More of the content, if you would ask me, but most likely in the future gonna be digital, right? But either way, research. We support and stimulate research of all kinds, right? I was taking a look at this part and potentially working how to take part when it comes to doing a lot of research and presenting that work to. It can be libraries, and wouldn't matter that much, but either way, business. I would highly recommend a larger percentage of. As of now, I don't think they're focusing that much on business. Perhaps they should. If you ask me, my feedback would be more of the library should focus on that. But either way, culture. I have taken a look at some of the financial support available for people who like to engage, and that's something of the core competences of the libraries, as well as learning and creating those environments, as well as international work with partners around the world to advance knowledge and mutual understanding. There's a lot of feedback that I have to offer in this part. As of now, I won't be offering a lot of feedback on this one. Let's forget. Quickly, we can take a look at these numbers, right? In something that they managed to accomplish. Custodianship, right? Over 2.6 million items collected under legal deposit, right? There are some laws within this area. People should be aware of those, right? And 2.6 million might seem like a lot. If you would ask me, we need to. Some of the private businesses have way better system than as of now. Some of those private or government-run libraries. When it comes to this part, let's progress. Over 9,000 items received custodial treatment for intervention, as well as 110,000 sound record made available to sounds. I don't know, perhaps it's a government institution, but I don't know this company. Research: nearly 82 million collection items consulted in the reading rooms, online or remotely. Okay, let's progress. Over 42,000 entrepreneurs and or business supported across the UK. When it comes to investment, I think that's where the largest chunk should be invested and improved, if you would ask me. But either way, one-to-one locations across the UK offering business support via libraries. We're looking to improve that, offering more of the location, as well as 168 million of gross value added created by business we have supported. So they can even measure that on support and how those business would be doing later on, right? Kinda, I guess. Kinda. Let's forget. I'm kind of interested in this part, definitely commercial strategy, right? They are offering a lot of information, a lot of programs we have launched and how successful some of those programs have been. Won't be covering some of those. I haven't taken part, and but it's good that they are doing it. But either way, the focus this year was to continue the recovery for service following the recent events, right? I can't say this words, right? And go developing a platform of future growth in commercial income. Income increased to 12.9 million with a margin of 4.96 million. This was increased of 1.9 million of income and 860,000 of margin. And continuing to positive signs to recover from okay. This year's performance was achieved despite the impact of the closure of Knowledge Center first in the builder part of the year, which required us to reduce our targets by 500,000. We progressed a number of projects during the year, the most significant being a launch of our new box office systems. In partnership with this organization, we strengthened our event operations by creating an event diary manager. Okay. So would be run in buildings around the calendar, which is great. Great. We're looking to raise more. Something I was spoken about fund, right? So they begin offering dinners more. I don't know what people are interested in perhaps those kind of events, right? While taking a look at the paintings. I don't know. And we continue to develop next catering tender. I have seen it. I've seen it. That's perhaps for way different type or group of people who are in. I don't know who would go there and take part in those. Perhaps they can organize those kind of events in very unique way. Which launched in the spring 2023. This is a major strategic element of our commercial offer up to 2028 at last. Okay, so they have a strategy for that. I don't know, perhaps they can raise a lot of capital by doing that, since that would be a lot of donations and all those kind of good things, right? When it comes to running some of those library operations, I thought I would be able to break it down and how well this branch of operations are performing. I'm intrigued, kind of thing, about it. They're not necessarily interested in disclosing this kind of information, you know it. How well they're performing, as well as they mentioning some of those programs being launched in different governments. So even it's not a part of the operations. I'll skip that technology strategy. Let's delve a little bit deeper in there. Let's go. I'm interested in just before suggesting any improvements, right? When it comes to perhaps technology or those kind of things, let's review something that they have launched as of now, so we can understand it. The last year has continued to see the delivery of foundational infrastructure in line with technology strategy. This includes the continuing of the rollout of that's a program named there, resulting in more meetings rooms. That would be electronic meetings, right? So the more the presence electronically, so it's a migration of telephony of there's again they keep saying different program names or project names. So I'll skip those. Announcement of the platforms for hybrid working as colleagues return to site. There was also the placement of agent storage hardware and upgraded of Wi-Fi in the both public and office environments and upgrade of our discovery infrastructure. That's the name of that as well. That's the replacement of our corporate firewalls. Okay, so all of that storage, all this. I don't know how many millions we are talking about. The potential will cost a lot of money. It needs upgrading, a quick one. But anyway, the successful crawl of UK web domain in 2022 resulted in approximately 70 terabytes of website data collection, and the archive now has a total of 1.4 petabytes of data. So that's potentially how much data they are working with. I won't be going too much into detail, but there's a project names and what they're collaborating and working with, right? In March, Landmark News Sounds website. Okay, there's again they're promoting some of these projects, right? So perhaps when it comes to archiving a lot of data, that would be just alternatives in a way how we can store a lot of information, which might be very important. Then taking a look at accounts, right, I was trying to understand it, trying to think. There's definitely a lot of holes. I cannot find it. It's over close to 200 pages that I have to review. 200 pages. It's very hard to find a lot of holes, but I thought, see what I find interesting, right? The unrealistic or unrealized loss, right? So that would be how many thousands are we talking about? 1,217,000, right? And potentially there's a lot of things going on, right? I'm not professional. I don't mind libraries. If libraries are performing very well, I don't mind it. And so there's no hate. I think if you would ask me, libraries operating I don't know how many buildings are we talking about across the UK and the entire infrastructure we talk about. It should be in the if it, I would say in billions. If you would ask me, it should be in billions. Just if I had to evaluate all assets that they have, right? but only thing that I managed to find the operational cost would be 134 million or so. So I don't know if that's something that's reflected within accounts, right? Perhaps it's very few people operating within libraries, but I think well, how much of the assets, how much of that has been priced. I can't find this information. That would be something I'm interested in, but I can't find it, right? So, what are the asset prices and how those assets would be taxed against, right? Or those assets again would be on the council, not on the libraries itself. Balance sheets and then operational costs would be reduced up to perhaps just covering employees, right? So that's my, I'm trying to understand. I'm not professional at this, right? So what might be a little bit of fun, right? So I'll try to find and share information about operational costs and how much of those have costs for library, and as close on that, I can find it. As well as there's no hate for libraries. Thanks for watching. See you next one.